CV Sciences does contribute to a responsible hemp and CBD industry, mainly in three ways. First is through our focus on the environment. And then we look to supporting our consumers. And finally, we're committed to responsible business practices and supporting responsible industry growth. And so responsible stewardship of the planet really is demonstrated in part by our commitment to using European food fiber hemp varieties. If you think about it, the Farm Bill only passed in 2018, and so the domestic supply chain for hemp is still maturing, and we're sourcing from a very mature supply chain. And coincidentally, the European Industrial Hemp Association just published a hemp manifesto. This was to correspond with Thursday. And what they reported on is they discussed the European food fiber hemp varieties and how they are a significant carbon sink. You know, you have these large plots of hemp that have very deep root system. And in fact, in this manifesto, they report that 1 hectare of hemp can capture 13.4 tons of carbon dioxide. And this makes it on par and as efficient at sequestering carbon dioxide as 1 hectare of tropical forest. And so the particular farmer that we've chosen to get our hemp from in the Netherlands, his business model is built around sustainability, and what he focuses on is using the entire hemp plant. And so we purchased the top third. It's harvested by special combine, and so we get the sort of the leaves, the seeds, the flowers, and a little bit of that top stalk, and that's what's used to make our hemp extract. Now the bottom third of the plant, which is stem and stalk, goes on to make the more fibrous material that can replace things like plastic. So by supporting this sort of agricultural model, we're doing our part to sequester carbon and replace other kinds of plastics and papers and things. Nature. So secondly, the way we focus on stewardship, I want to add one other thing. So it doesn't stop with our choice of hemp there. We, as a company, we do things that try to also steward the environment. So for example, we are headquartered in San Diego, California, and coincidentally, as you can imagine, a lot of our staff really love the beach and go to the beach often. So every year we sponsor an annual beach cleanup, and that's where the staff time is used. They leave the office and we go focus on cleaning up a local beach. And that's a really popular event, and it really brings together that sort of theme of the company of being environmental stewards. So the next area of responsibility that we take on is we take bold steps to protect the consumer and be transparent towards the consumer. So for example, we were one of the first companies that had CBD right on the label. And this was in order, I can show you one of our products, that CBD sitting there right on the label. This was controversial due to regulatory issues. And we felt like to be transparent to the consumer and communicate directly to them the amount of CBD they were purchasing, it was important. Second, we were the first to conduct the GRASS studies. So we were the first to invest in the preclinical toxicology and safety studies to ensure our finished products were going to be safe as we instructed consumers to use them. And then we quickly followed that with additional scientific studies that we did that were more looking at the potential benefits. And we did this in healthy populations to really understand the impact of our product on our consumer. And of course, we practice transparency. It's probably too small to see, but we do have the QR code here right on the label. And if you scan that QR code, it takes you right to third-party laboratory tests where they're testing for purity, potency, lack of contaminants. And that's a way to be responsible. The hemp industry is young. It's still kind of the Wild West. We have a lot of immature companies making less than quality products. And so it's really important to be fully transparent to the consumers so they know which companies are doing it right and focusing on GMPs, et cetera. And so the last area that we act responsibly is really as our participation in the industry broadly, in this emerging young hemp industry, hemp and CBD industry. So we focus on participation in the trade association activities, U.S. Hemp Roundtable, APA, Council for Responsible Nutrition, all of these organizations working towards clarifying the regulatory path. And in the meantime, when we don't have clear guidelines, adhering to self-regulation, things like the U.S. Hemp Roundtable GMP certification. We're participating in a science group that's trying to create laboratory standards for testing of hemp and cannabinoids, in addition to other self-regulatory activities, so that it's a level playing field out there. We really are hopeful that FDA will fully regulate our category of products so that we can get some of that bad actors out of the industry and focus on a responsible hemp industry. And finally, we continue to support research at U.S. universities so we can learn more about the benefits of CBD and hemp extracts. And in fact, we were the company that donated the first seedlings that were legally planted in the U.S. in over 70 years. And these were planted in Kentucky. And it was a kind of a monumental moment after the 2014 had passed. So as you can see, we focus our sustainability responsibility on the planet, on our consumer, and then on developing a responsible hemp industry. So I really appreciate participating in the summit, and thank you for your time.